I'm Danielle with HerbsforBirth. I want to show you today how to make a super simple herbal tea that you can drink throughout your entire childbearing years. So during conception, preconception, during pregnancy, throughout labor, the immediate postpartum, and through breastfeeding and beyond. So this is a tea that's really good for the whole family and is safe to drink at any point during pregnancy or while nursing a baby. So here we have red raspberry leaf and nettles. These are probably two herbs that you have heard many times, especially red raspberry leaf when it comes to pregnancy. Red raspberry leaf has a very long history of use during the childbearing years, especially during pregnancy. So if a mother has never really drank herbal tea, the herbal tea that is the go-to when she starts drinking herbal teas is probably going to be red raspberry leaf. That's the most widely known pregnancy supportive tea, but it's not just supportive during pregnancy. It's a tonic tea. So a tonic tea simply means that it provides the body with the nutrients needed to stay healthy. So these are your dark leafy greens, the herbs, the plants, the wild foods that are going to be very nutritive to your body. So that just means during pregnancy, they're going to be even more useful because your body needs even more of these nutrients. Red raspberry leaf specifically provides the uterus with many of the nutrients that the uterus needs. So even though this is a all sexes herbal tea, it's really beneficial for women during menses and postpartum and pregnancy as well. Nettles is really one that I find to be more beneficial than red raspberry leaf because it is more nutritive. It is one of the most nutritive wild plants that we have available to us anywhere. So it has almost all of the nutrients, the minerals that your body needs at any time and in very high amounts. So it is a really, really good pot herb. So an herb that you can cook with. Of course, it's a little bit difficult to harvest if you have this local to you, but otherwise when it's dry, it's not going to cause any stinging issues. And it's really easy to get in almost every single herb store because it is so useful. It helps to prevent seasonal allergies. It helps to just provide your body with everything that it needs to heal from a sickness or to prevent a sickness. So it's really one of those herbs that you want to have around at almost any time and for any age because it is so healthy and useful to your body. So when you think of the word tonic, this is something that people often think of as, well, this is what's going to put me into labor. So they say, I drank red raspberry leaf and that's what put me into labor. Well, these teas don't really work that way. Tonic teas in general don't really work that way, but specifically red raspberry leaf and the nettles tea don't work that way. So the tonic tea just means that your body needs those nutrients. So if somebody happened to all of a sudden start drinking red raspberry leaf tea and they were drinking 2 to 3 cups a day at the very end of their pregnancy and then their contractions became more effective, it's probably because they were missing those nutrients and they really needed the vitamins and the minerals that these herbs were giving them. So it wasn't that it induced them. They're not oxytocic herbs, so they don't create oxytocin, they don't stimulate oxytocin, and they don't mimic oxytocin in the body. So they're not really going to cause an induction, though they can be very helpful in creating these like pre-labor, prodromal labor contractions to be more effective because they are providing your body with the nutrients they're missing. So if you're missing magnesium, your contractions are going to be crampy and they're not really going to be effective. Well, these herbs provide you with that nutrient. So then you get that missing nutrient that allows your muscles, so your uterus, to work more efficiently. So if you're more interested on those sorts of details, there's a lot of really great resources about how these herbs specifically work. And of course, you can schedule a perinatal mentor session and we can really dive deep into the details of what you might need and other herbs that can be beneficial to you. So for this pregnancy tea, we're going to be using equal parts of red raspberry leaf, and it's kind of a fluffy little herb, and stinging nettle leaf. So equal parts. This is the simplest tea you're ever going to make. And you're just going to take those and mix them equal parts together in a jar. I suggest getting about an ounce of each herb to start with, because 4 ounces is a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that can last a really long time. So just start with 1 ounce of each herb, mix equal parts together, put it in an airtight container, and you're gonna have 2 ounces of herbs that's gonna last you about a month. So just depending on how often you drink this. And then you're going to put about a teaspoon of that blend in an infusion glass or a tea infuser ball, whatever you have available to you. These are wonderful infusion glasses. They keep your tea warm for maybe about an hour or so. There's glass on the inside so they don't leach chemicals from plastic. And then they come with this little handy strainer that screws. I don't have my lid on mine because I'm getting ready to pour a cup of tea, but then you can just drink it straight from the glass, so they fit perfectly into a to-go cup in your car, or you can just pour a cup of tea. And you can see that this is, when it's steeped for about 3 to 5 minutes, it's going to be kind of a golden amberish color. The longer you steep this, it's going to turn into like a dark green. So you see that you're pulling all of those nutrients into your tea. So these herbs can be used as a pot herb, which means you can eat them directly. So the more you infuse these, the longer you let them steep in that water, the more nutrients you're going to pull from those herbs. So I recommend steeping this at least 5 minutes if you're making a quick cup of tea, or better yet, to steep them up to about 10 hours overnight and then just drinking it throughout the day. So you're going to be able to drink 1 to 3 cups a day of this blend at any time during your childbearing years, or of course before or after then as well. But this is one of those tea blends that you can really make as your go-to. It's great as an iced tea. You can blend it with a little bit of whole leaf stevia for a little bit of sweetness, or put some honey in it if you'd like. But it's really wonderful, warm, plain, no added sweetener. And a lot of people really get away from those other teas, the black teas, the coffees and stuff like that, when they start drinking nettles and red raspberry leaf. So I hope you enjoy, and share with me your making tea for birth moments on Facebook and on Instagram, and I'd love to see how you're enjoying your tea.